Hi everyone, and welcome to this video on Squarespace Blog SEO for beginners. If you're new to Squarespace blogging or SEO in general, this video is for you. I will cover the basics of keyword research and how to choose the right keywords for your content. Additionally, I'll show you how to create a blog outline that will help you craft well-structured and optimized content. And finally, we'll dive into the on-page optimization techniques using Squarespace, including best practices for optimizing headings, meta descriptions, and images to improve your website performance. All the tools I'll be using today I use on an everyday basis for my business and my clients. Will be linked in a video description below if you'd like to try. And before we dive into the basics of Squarespace SEO, I want to address common misconceptions you might have heard online that Squarespace is bad for SEO. The truth is that CRM platforms you use to publish your website is not the most important factor in SEO. Rather, is the quality of your content and the keywords you use that makes the bigger impact. With that out of the way, let's get started. For the sake of this video, let's say you're a fitness professional and you want to blog to find new clients to sell your products. First thing you want to do before any blogging is to find the keywords that people are searching for. And the key lesson in blogging is that it's not just about writing what you want to write about, but rather about addressing the topics that people are actively searching for. The first thing in our tutorial today, we're going to come to the SEMrush and do the keyword research. SEMrush is a very powerful tool and it would take a lot longer to explain all the possibilities, but I'm just going to show you the basics. We want to come to keyword magic tool here to the left. And this is where we can input any keyword and see what it brings us. Let's start with fitness and click search. The SEMrush have pulled out all of this data that does look a little complex at first, but actually it's not that complex once you get used to it. I'm going to show you the metrics that you actually should be looking at. So the first one is obviously the keywords. This is all the ideas for the keywords. And then we have a search intent that basically just refers to underlying motivation behind the search queries. This one is navigational, people just trying to find a Planet Fitness and log into their account or something like that. Same with the LA Fitness. Then you have informational, and then just people looking for information about the topic. And you have a commercial, which is people looking to buy something. And then we have the volume. That's basically how many searches for this particular keyword, 12 months period. And then we have a keyword difficulty score, which is the metric that helps you understand how challenging it will be to rank for a particular keyword in Google. The metric is from 1 to 100, where 1 is easiest and 100 is the hardest. But the easier way would be if it's red, it's difficult. If it's green, it's easy. And if it's yellow, it's like easy-ish. As we plugged in the fitness keyword here, you see everything here is in red. And the reason for that, because fitness, it's a very generic, very broad in scope. So someone who typed in a fitness into search engine, they could be looking for anything from the workout routine to healthy recipes to a gym membership and fitness gear and so on and so forth. You don't want to compete with Planet Fitness or LA Fitness because those are big corporations, or 24 hours fitness. It's very broad and generic and you would never rank for those keywords. For that reason, we want to brainstorm the topics that are going to be easier and less broad. The key in finding the best keywords is make it as narrow as possible. I think like workout plans makes sense for the fitness. So let's try that. And see, as I typed in here, it's already giving me more suggestions. So instead of just focusing on workout plan, you can also do it for men or for women. But let's do just the workout plan. Now, from the start, it's a little bit easier, right? We don't see hundreds, but it's still pretty challenging. There's another tool that we can use. It's over here, it's a keyword difficulties, and we can sort for how easy or how hard the keyword's going to be. Let's start with easy ones, right? Because we don't want anything hard. And right from the bat, we have this very good keywords which have a commercial intent. It's a Peloton workout plans or 12-week dumbbell workout. See, it's super specific. A 12-week with a dumbbell workout plan, and it's a PDF. And it has a pretty reasonable volume and not as difficult. You can also click on this keyword and explore it more. Here, there's some more information. And as we scroll down, there's going to be a different alteration of the same keyword. And over here, we're going to have a different websites that are already ranking in Google for this keyword. And this is the thing I want you to pay attention to, that sometimes when you look for the volume, so here it's only 720, right? But if we come down here to the very first website that is ranking, and the search traffic, as you can see, is almost double what is the volume provided by sometimes you're going to find a keyword that are low in volume, like relatively low, like 200 or 100. But once your website is ranking for that particular keyword that has like a 200 searches volume, it's actually going to be ranking for way more different keywords, a variation of that keyword, and so on and so forth. This particular article is ranking for look how many keywords. And the next thing would be you always want to analyze. So let's say we love this keyword and this is what we're going to create. You want to analyze the first 5 articles just to see like what is already out there, because if the Google showing this website on the first pages, it means that they got the intent of the search correct. That's what you want to be looking for. Let's just see what is this website has to offer. And so here is our article, and we just want to analyze to see what is there and what are they writing for, and make some notes for ourselves when we're going to be creating our blog. See, they have some FAQ, etc. And the other trick I wanted to show you that we can actually, so now we found there's 2 different articles, right? And there's 2 different websites that are potentially our competitors. What we can do more is analyze. So let's take this website, and now it's going to give us all the data for this particular website. And from here, we might even find more keywords, ideas for articles we can write. So we see how many traffic it gets, how many keywords. And from the start here, we already see like they have this very specific keywords terms that they're ranking for. And we can click on this and see if that's something we can also maybe write about. So the keyword difficulty is a little bit higher than the one we were looking at before, but it's pretty possible to rank for that. You see they're ranking the number 1. So when you do a keyword research, you just fall into this rabbit hole of keywords and different competitors and endless ideas out there. You're never going to run out of ideas of what to write about. Okay, so let's say we settle on the workout or 12-week dumbbell workout plan PDF, and this is what we're going to be writing about. So it's not enough just to find a keyword. We have to write an article that it would compete with our other articles out there. So that's why we want to take a look at all of the competitors and see what they're writing about. There's another tool I usually use for it. It's called Squarespace SEO. I have a paid plan, but they have a free article outline generator, and it's the tool that helps you with on-page optimization. So what it does, it analyzes the top performing pages for a given keyword and provide a recommendation to improve your content relevance. Things like how many words should be on a page, how many times you should repeat a keyword, how many times should you use a particular keyword per article, or how many headlines, etc. Over here, I'm gonna input our keyword that we found and generate outline. Surfer SEO has pulled out data from the web and gave us an outline. You see, you have this toggle that you can check or uncheck, and that's basically because you see there is a multiple H1s, and just remember you always have to have just one H1. That's basically the main keyword for your article. It should be an H1, and it just gives us different variation of the heading, and we can check or uncheck which one we want to use. The ultimate, this already gives us ideas for the H1s, and then it goes into H2. And the way it does it, it analyzes all the articles that are ranking the number 1, 2, 3, and 4, basically the first page of Google. And it pulls out the headings that they are using to give you an idea what you should be writing about. You can just start from here, or I already have an account. I'm just going to log into my Surfer. And so here you have a content editor, and you can click create and basically input the keyword and create content editor. This is ready. And when you move it here, you can input, so this is our heading 1. And here so this is where you will be typing. You can type anything here. And it gives us an exact breakdown, like what words should be on the page to outrank our competitors. You can also come to this, like if you click on the gear icon, it showcases all their articles that are available there, and it analyzes which one they should use and shouldn't, but sometimes it's not really accurate. For example, you maybe want to use this article. So here you obviously don't want to use Pinterest because you don't want to include that. So you just include all of the articles that seems like the most relevant to the topic you're writing about, and click let's go. And now it gives us, so here it's telling us how many words should be in this article. So it's somewhere between 26 to 3,000. It gives us an outline of how many headings, how many paragraphs, and how many images you should aim to include. And you usually want to be somewhere in the green. So you don't have to have 100. It's almost impossible probably to have 100. But you want to be somewhere like over here. I usually aim for like 71, 75, something like that. And then you go to headings over here. This is all the keywords that the Surfer SEO suggests us to use. And then you have headings. I don't include all of the keywords because sometimes you might take a different angle on the article than your competitors. So it's not always possible to include all the keywords because sometimes they would even have like their brand names. And obviously I don't want to include that in my article. Let me just show you what's going to happen if I just include this. Look how much it's already goes. So H2, and there's another one, muscle group. Okay, so just by adding, so it's 23, and just by adding these three headings, we already in 36. And if we write an article on this topic, we most definitely gonna be able to compete with other articles. For now, I'm gonna come to ChatGPT and ask to write an article for me. But this is not what I do recommend. I do write all of my articles myself, but just for the purpose of this tutorial, because I do not need to spend time writing the article for 12 weeks dumbbell workout plan that I will never use. I'm going to give it a block and ask him to write it for me. Okay, so this is our article here. I'm not sure if it's right, if it's not, because I'm not a fitness professional, but I just need something to show you how it would. So we're gonna come over here and enter this text. And we already in 47, which is not bad. But again, it could be a plagiarized content, and you never want to use a plagiarized content on your website because Google is not going to rank something that has been written there before because it's against their rules. You do want to write your article yourself. Just want to repeat that again. We have this article over here, and we want to come and obviously add some headings. So we would want to make this a heading, and this probably a heading 2. This is probably would be headings 4. So we would want to add this like benefits in dumbbell training for here. For example, instead of using benefits of dumbbell training, we can use benefits of dumbbell exercises. And we already have incorporated that keyword that has to be there. Dumbbell workout. We can also do 12-week dumbbell workout plan for all muscle groups. Good. So this is how you would go about implementing all of the keywords that you have like over here. The way the keywords are displayed here, the top one are the most important ones, and the more towards the bottom, it's not really that important. You want to make sure that at least like this part is in a green. And we already have a pretty decent article for me, not just even writing anything. It's like in 52. But again, you want to make it the best article because we're not writing for the Google. We want at the end of the day, we want this article to be helpful to people who are going to be searching for. Because if it's just helpful for the search engine, it's not going to achieve the result that we are looking for. Our article is basically done for now. And now we're gonna jump into the Squarespace and I show you how you can optimize this article inside the Squarespace. We in Squarespace and you're gonna come to your blog, click on this plus icon to start a new blog. It has been populated. The first thing I'm gonna be using this article we have generated. You want to add your keyword. This is the title, the H1, and it's really important. If this is our keyword, you want to make sure that the exact keyword you're trying to rank for is in a heading 1. And the next thing you would want just to copy all of this text and just populate it over here and make sure that you only have one H1. And then we have this, which is basically going to copy all of everything we have written so far and just double check. This is heading once. This is going to be a heading, and then for the Q&A section, you want the question to be the heading as well. So let's make it heading 3. Make sure that your article has a good combination, all the headings. H2, then inside the H2, if you have to break down that particular topic, you can break it down into H3s and H4s and so forth. And that's just going to help with information hierarchy for Google to understand what you're actually writing about. And it's also helpful for users. This is 3, I believe. You can add an image. And as you remember here, it showcases that we need 19 images. That seems a little bit eccentric. Maybe like 5 images is going to be enough. I went to this website. It's called Pexel. It has a bunch of free for commercial use images that you can download. And the next one, so once you download it from Pexel, you want to go to Tiny PNG, and that's where you resize your images, because the images on Pexel are very large and you don't want to slow down your website. This is important that you come to Tiny PNG and resize the image. Now we're back and just going to add the image. Here under image alt text, you want to include your keywords. You can also actually rename your image over here, and then you want to add more images. This is how we would do this for the page once our article is ready. And then we're going to come over here to the 3 dots, click settings. Here we would need a feature image. So I'm just going to go back to my library and upload the image we just used. Next thing, you want to come to the post URL and make sure that you have an exact keyword inside URL. For example, if it was, let's say our heading was 12-week dumbbell workout plan PDF, transform your body. You don't need this. Like, you really do not need transform your body. You just want to remove that. Okay, here we are done. You can also include tags. So in our case, that's not the one. So in our case, I'm going to add 12 weeks, and we can just simply add dumbbell workout, PDF workout, and that's sufficient. Also, if you have categories, like if you have workout plans and then you have some information, it's good to sort your content, because that it's also going to help Google to understand and determine what content you're serving. The next thing would be SEO setting. And here we want to include our title. We maybe include something to intensify download now. So download now, it's something to make users click on our article. It's not really serving any purpose in terms of Google. And then for the SEO description, you can actually write that inside the chat. So description, it doesn't really serve much of a purpose, because all the most important part in our article we have done and serves and important phrases that Google are looking for. So now we just like adding this last, the meta description is, it's basically a short description that will intensify the people who are browsing the Google to click on our article. So you want to make sure that it's get in shape, because that's probably what people are looking for, to build muscles with a 12-week dumbbell workout. But don't stress too much about this description. It's not as important. And the last part, publish your article. You want to add internal and external links. And they are essential elements of success for the blog, because internal links can help guide users to relevant content, increase engagement, and it actually improves the SEO by signaling the structure and hierarchy of your website. So basically, you want to interlink whatever the articles. So let's add the later article. I'm just assuming that we have a different article. You would want to write at least like 5 sleeks blog posts and interlink them between each other. If we wrote another article about like strength training at home, you would want to link to that article over here. So we can make this maybe a heading 4 and then just link. So here you would come over here and just look for the, since I don't have any articles here, I'm just going to link to a blog. After this article is published, you want to go to those older posts that you have published and link to this article. Once you publish a page, and if there is no links to this page, it's in the silo that like Google doesn't know it's there. But once you start linking to the page, it indicates to Google this article worth checking out, like even for Google. And our article is good and ready to go. And after that, the last thing would be probably to go to Google Search Console and upload your sitemap just to make sure that Google scrolls your page faster. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial.
If you need 7 easy ChatGPT prompts to help you with your website copy, make sure to check out this video next.